Hello boxing and MMA fans, this is Grandmaster Ted Gambardella with some fantastically exciting news. In a recent interview with Ariel Helwani, Brock Lesnar has said that when The Undertaker called him out after he lost to Cain Velasquez in the UFC fight for the heavyweight championship, that it wasn't a joke, that it wasn't an invitation to be on WrestleMania, that in fact The Undertaker and Brock Lesnar wanted to fight. The Undertaker had said some bad things about Brock Lesnar's wife, the former Sable, that was her former wrestler named Sable. And apparently Brock Lesnar said something back to The Undertaker, and The Undertaker said something back to Brock, and when he called him out, it was very evident and very clear from this interview that Brock Lesnar was being asked to fight by The Undertaker. And Brock made it perfectly clear that Mark, as he calls The Undertaker, didn't have a chance. He would have got his ass whipped, but Brock couldn't respond at that present time because he was, as he says, on a different street. He didn't know where he was at. He just got knocked out by Cain Velasquez. So this is really some exciting and interesting news. The Undertaker actually called out Brock Lesnar for a fight, not for a wrestling match. This is very exciting. I can't wait to see what happens next now that Brock has put it out in the open, that he has been challenged to a fight or really would like to whip The Undertaker's butt. This is Grandmaster Gambardella. Watch this video and tell me what you think. I'd like to hear your comments. I'll see you next time.
And, you know, so there was probably, it's amazing how I don't even have to go and tell anything and just close the door and people will talk about me for months to come, and it's a good thing.
I'm happy you mentioned The Undertaker, Mark Calloway, because after the fight, I don't know if you even know this, but I was the guy who was interviewing The Undertaker.
That was you.
That was me.
Yep.
And you know, I was interviewing him. I don't even know if you saw the clip, but he was, you know, we were asking about his thoughts on the fight, and then you walked past him.
You know, I was a bit delirious. I went out, obviously, you know, Cain put me on a street that I didn't know the name of, and so I was looking for my way home. So I went out the octagon, and I was, you know, I had heard that Mark was, The Undertaker was going to be there, and there, you know, once again, I enjoyed working with Mark in the ring, but me and him, well, there were some things said we have a mutual friend, and that kind of really pissed me off.
He asked you, do you want to do it? And we still don't even know what that means. What did that mean to you?
It's one of those things where we've got a mutual friend, and I overheard some things that he said about me, and then I had a rebuttal to it, and obviously he must have, our friend must have relayed the message to him, and he wasn't too happy. I don't know what he wants to do. Maybe he wanted to try to fight. I don't know if he was there.
He was offering
I don't
you to
know
fight.
if he was there to fight or what. You know, he wasn't, or if he was there to get some attention or what. I don't know.
Did you feel it was a little disrespectful? I mean, you just fought in a title fight. You know, you're obviously, like you said, you were trying to gather yourself, and then a guy who you have history with is essentially calling you out face to face. That not exactly the right time and place, wouldn't you say?
You know, the professional wrestling isn't, you know, these guys were a part of my life years ago, and I think they see me having success outside of of their universe that they can't do. You know, those guys, there isn't one other pro wrestler that can do and make the change like I did. So I think there's some animosity there. From the professional wrestling aspect of things, because I can always go back and be a pro wrestler. They can't come and be an Ultimate Fighter, and so it's one of those things where I don't know what.
You think they're jealous of you?
I don't know. I really don't know, and I don't care. You know, whether for me, like I said, I was on a street that I didn't know the name of that night, and I was walking out, and I happened to see him standing there. And the last conversation I had with Mark was a year prior to that, and I heard that he had said some things about my life, and I wasn't happy with it, and so I had a rebuttal to it, and so part of me wasn't even conscious, you know, when I walked out of the octagon. So, you know, Mark, if he Mark ain't got a shot in hell. I mean, if he wanted to make the transition against me, I'm up for it, you know. But I mean, I'm with a company now that I'm with, and I don't even know where it came from. You know, I was walking out, he was standing there. I was on a street that I didn't know the name of, and so that's what happened.
It turned into it was talked about more than the actual loss.
Yeah,
ESPN was, everyone was talking about it. 4 million views on YouTube. Personally, I couldn't believe it, and everyone wanted to know if this was, you know, because wrestling, MMA, they wanted to know, were the lines being blurred here, or was it in fact a legit beef? You are saying it is a legit beef, correct?
It is. I'm not. I don't. It is a legit. I got a problem with him. You know.
Have you talked to him since?
I have not. No.
Any interest?
I don't need to. I've got to. I'm focused right now on. I don't want to get caught up in any of this other stuff. I'm a coach on the Ultimate Fighter. I want my title back. I got to beat Junior Dos Santos and Cain Velasquez. I've got a lot. My hands are full right now, and so you know, that's all I'm focused on.